Welcome to your 2024 personal energy number forecast. Most people at the beginning of the year, including myself, rush off to read the horoscope for the year. How is my Capricorn going to do in the 5th house? Or more commonly, if you're into Feng Shui and Chinese metaphysics, you're looking at your Bazi, your Chinese astrology. How is my pig in the day pillar going to interact with the dragon of 2024? Things like that. This is a little bit different. This is your personal energy number, also known as your Ming Gua or your KUA number. It's the same thing, just different terminology. When I, as a Feng Shui consultant, look at a home, I look for your personal energy number in the house, in your house's astrology chart, and I see how these environmental energies are all mixing together and affecting your personal energy number. Well, I can't look at your house right now, but I can tell you how the environmental energies, what opportunities are coming to you, what obstacles might be coming to you, and I can look at the forecast for your personal energy number for 2024. Note that your personal energy number is not the same as your life path number, so to make it super simple, I've linked a really handy guide in the description of this video. You simply look up your birthday, and next to the row with your birthday are 2 columns with your personal energy number. Make that note and find the video associated with your personal energy number. I'm also going to take us into how to calculate it because it's a super easy calculation as well, except for if your birthday is in January or February. Then it's different because Chinese New Year falls on a different day every year, and so it's best to just click that guide, especially if your birthday is in January or February. I'm going to take you through how to calculate it, or you can just jump ahead to the actual forecast. Take your birth year, let's take 1987 for example, and you add the total of those numbers. 1 plus 9, 8 plus 7, 10, 15. 1 and 0 reduces to 1, 15 reduces to 6, 1 plus 6 is 7. Now listen up. If you are a male, you subtract that final number, 7 from our example, from the number 11, only if you are a man. So 11 minus 7 equals 4. If you are female and your number reduced to 7, then you add 4. 7 plus 4 equals 11. 11 reduces to 2. So if you are a male, your personal energy number in this case was 4, and if you are a female, your personal energy case in this number was 2. Again, this works for everybody past those February birthdays. If you're a January or February birthday, just go check out my cheat sheet. Second note, if you are female and your birth year reduces to 5, you are actually an 8. If you are a male and your number reduces to a 5, your number is actually a 2. Now that you have your personal energy number. Hello, personal energy number 2s. Boy, am I excited to talk to you today about 2024. You have so much great stuff mixing with you. Yes, you did see that there was a costume change here. I'm a one-man band at Elemental Clarity, so I'm streamlining the intro, but this section of the video is custom to you personal energy number 2s. Be sure to stay until the end of this video where I share the 3 key takeaways on how to make this a great 2024. And props to all the YouTubers and spiritual beings on YouTube that just download the messages the second they turn on the camera, or maybe they're using a teleprompter, but I personally study the energy, study the charts, and have downloads at all weird hours of the time and of the day, and so I have all my notes right here. So grab a coffee, grab a seat, grab a matcha, and listen to this reading I downloaded for you about all the energy coming for you personal energy number 2s in 2024. Yours may be the one I'm most excited to give because you have a year full of new beginnings. That said, before the new can be born, can be birthed, there are some endings that have to happen. What are you currently thinking of daily? What are you currently thinking of or doing on a day-to-day basis that is no longer serving you? What are the stories you're telling yourself that are not helping you get where you want to go? And it could be that you don't know where you want to go. That could be the story you're saying. Where are you in your routine, in the motions of doing the same old, where that needs to go? What is on repeat? What is on Groundhog's Day that's gotta go? Because this is not the year to perpetuate the routines that are not pushing you forward. This is a new beginnings year for you specifically, personal energy number 2s. And so if that energy senses that anything's old or outdated or not serving you, it's gonna take it away. So it's much easier and much smoother if you say, yeah, I'm comfortable letting go of that story. I'm comfortable letting go of that lie I tell about myself. If you're currently taking actions that are income producing, that do give you positive return mentally, emotionally, and physically, then those are obviously not the things that need to go, or the things that should go. I'm talking about the things that keep you stuck and stagnant. You have this new beginnings energy around you, and a lot of it has to do with mindset as well. It's like the mind would be in the way of all of the other new things that want to come. This whole year for you will look like a reset if you're taking positive aligned action. And I think most people are looking for a reset. If you are really happy with your life and things are going really well, then don't worry. It doesn't mean everything crashes and burns. It just means that things are going to get even better. And if a story you have is that you're comfortable, or that you don't deserve more success, or that you don't deserve for it to go even better, then that should be the story that you think about eliminating as the year perpetuates and brings in new great things. For those of you who are like, I'm totally open to taking action, I just have no idea what I want or where I want to go, but I'm willing to do the work. Well, some of that work is on the mental side. You are the only one that can decide what you want to do, where you want to go. You can ask friends and family, but ultimately, if you don't know, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Sit down and figure it out. It may seem like your passion or your purpose, like one day you're just walking down the sidewalk, somebody holds up a sign and says, like, this is your purpose, here you go. This is what you do with the rest of your life. And that's absolutely not what happens at all. If I can use myself as an example, because I am somebody who feels like they have found their passion and their purpose in this life, it was a series of steps. And at one point I had to piece all those puzzle pieces together. So I started with being fascinated by landscape architecture, getting a degree in it. In landscape architecture, I found fascination with lighting and Feng Shui. And then when I got a corporate job as a landscape architect and didn't want to do it anymore, and started to really think, like, I can't do this for the rest of my life, but what can I do? Where should I go? I have no idea. I just spent 5 years getting my degree in this. So then I thought, well, I really like Feng Shui and I really like lighting. And at the time I was like, I have too many college loans. I can't make Feng Shui a full-time thing. Like, what would that even look like? How would I even do that? So instead I went into lighting sales. Sales taught me all this other business stuff, business acumen, communication, all that. And then when I got let go, I was upset for like 24 hours. And then I thought, okay, what's the next piece here? What's the next step? If I'm that good at sales, if I'm that good at running my own thing, and I have this huge passion of Feng Shui, I can talk about it forever. I could research it forever. I never get sick of it. Well, now I have the design, the marketing, the sales skills. I have all these skills that set me up to make my passion a career. But it's not like I was just overcome with, this is my passion, this is my purpose. It becomes a thing. Usually it's our messes, our mistakes, or our the things we learn, and then the universe sort of like getting us kicked out, let go from our jobs. And it's our job to put these pieces together. Like, well, the universe keeps teaching me a lesson about this. So now I'm really good at making this mistake, and I can help a lot of other people not make this mistake. You have to sit down and put the pieces together of the puzzle pieces of your life on where to go next. And that is something you really should do at the beginning of this year. This video is coming out very early in the year, so you have plenty of time to wrap that around, figure that out in your head as all this wonderful new energy comes in throughout the year. I don't want you to miss taking advantage of this energy because it's very good. Who doesn't love like a new fresh start, a new beginning? You have so many celebrations and new beginnings this year, so let's break down the 3 key takeaways for you. Career. When we see the start of something new like this, it could be a new job, a new partner to start a business with, a new business idea of your own. Lean into the new. Lean into these things. This is not the year to take lightly because there are so many blessings to receive. Put in the work and be rewarded. Especially if you have an ox in your Bazi chart or a pig in your Bazi chart, you have been waiting on some wins, and I really hope that you are not beaten down and thinking like you're out for the count, like nothing good is gonna happen anymore. You had a couple like tough years there, but it is reset for you. So definitely take advantage. This applies to you as well. Also, we have to make space to receive. So if you're playing small or staying small, if your home is filled to the brim, where is the energy going to flow in? Think of energy as water for a second. And if you're a glass of water filled to the brim, there's been no movement, no change, that water is getting moldy, it's getting stale, it's getting stagnant. How are you going to receive the new fresh energy or the new fresh water for the year if you are full? You're full of beliefs, you're full of stories, you're full of ways of doing things. There's no room to receive. If you're full of the past thoughts, past emotions, you have to pour out. It doesn't have to be all of it, but you have to pour out some of that stuck, stale water energy to receive new ideas, new rejuvenated internal energy, new motivation. You have to make space for the new. If you poured a big bucket of water into your front door, where would the energy flow? Is it still stuck with pictures of the past, piles of to-dos, all these things from the past is just stuck, and so none of this environmental energy can flow in? Again, make space to receive. Next is relationships. This is where I see a lot of activity. It could be romantic, it could be a new business partner. You could be celebrating some familial celebrations. You may have someone graduating in the family. Maybe a lot of friends announce engagements this year. Maybe if you're in a committed relationship, you announce an engagement of your own. If you're single, there's definitely the opportunity for a budding new relationship, especially if you've been doing the emotional work. And if you haven't, 365 days is a really long time. So definitely take this year. If there's something you've been putting off about yourself, like diving into or analyzing or talking to somebody about, try and clear that all up at the beginning of the year. And then in terms of health, reminder, I'm not a doctor. I know, shocker. I just feel like I have to say that these days. This is not meant to replace your medical advice. We're simply looking at the energy around you. And energetically, what shows is an easier chance of weight gain this year. I actually had this energy in my house last year, and I don't have a scale in my house. And then I went somewhere that did have a scale, and I was like, oh, where did this come from? And it's just a bunch of compounding earth. There's a lot of earth energy and some wood energy, and it compounds and stacks. And so if you're neglecting your health, you're neglecting watching calories, watching a balanced diet, watching your exercise amount, it can just really sneak up on you. So health-wise, I would say overall, I don't see any like huge things. Again, there's so many personal energy number 2s out there. So this is all dependent on where your current starting point is. But it is a year where you need to stay on top of your diet and exercise because you might gain weight easier than other years. But it's better to know these things, right? I feel like that's always kind of motivating as well, to be like, okay, the energy wants me to do this. I'm more motivated to do it because I know that this is the alternative. Maybe that's just me. But now that you know the energy supporting your personal energy number this year, go check out the other video about Feng Shui for 2024 and check on the energy coming into your external space and how to use that to your advantage. I'll see you in the next one.